Assalamu alaikum, dear student. Welcome to the first lecture of wastewater engineering. So in this lecture, we will discuss some basic background of wastewater and why we study wastewater and what is the application of wastewater in civil engineering. So all these things today we discuss in this lecture. So what is the role of wastewater in civil engineering as well as why we study wastewater in 8th semester. So basically wastewater, if you think that wastewater is a liquid, so that's why first of all we study some basic subject, some basic tips, initial terms after we study wastewater engineering, because that is totally related to designing, supplying of the water and designing and collection of the water and treatment of the water. Okay, so first of all we study some basic tips, some basic knowledge after we study this subject. Okay, so first of all we study, we discuss some basic subject after come to that subject. Okay, so first of all we study about fluid mechanics. So fluid mechanics, basically that is initial subject in water resource engineering. So fluid mechanics we study some basic characteristic of fluid mechanics and basic property, basic formula, and as well as basic technique and basic tips we study in fluid mechanics. Okay, so after we study about advanced fluid mechanics, so in that subject we study some advanced formula, advanced knowledge such as Bernoulli equation and equation of continuity. So all these things we study in advanced fluid mechanics. Okay, so after we study about hydraulic engineering. So in hydraulic engineering we study about what is fluid flow. So the fluid flow characteristic we study in hydraulic engineering. So basically in hydraulic engineering we study about open channel. Open channel means that they are open to the atmospheric pressure. Okay, so we study open channel and water characteristic and water flow characteristic, how to water pressure exerted to their walls and their shear variation, viscosity and Reynolds number and specific energy. So all these things we study in hydraulic engineering. Okay, so next subject we study about hydrology and water management. Hydrology and water management, in this subject we study about how to estimate water quantity and infrastructure, huge water such as flooding and disaster and rainwater, how to control these water and how to estimate these water. Then after we design a dam, if we hydrology and water management, we estimate the rainwater. Then after we, for these water, we properly design channel and properly design a dam, how much area required for these water. So all these things we study in hydrology and water management, and also study about precipitation, rain type, how much rain occur during 1 year. So we can average complete 10 years, 1 decade. So we estimated these areas. Then after we estimate the water quantity, then after we how to collect this water, how to control flooding. So all these things we study in hydrology and water management. Okay, so last subject we study about wastewater engineering. So the first subject in wastewater engineering, after we study first subject water supply engineering. Water supply engineering and wastewater engineering, that is same subject, but their separation is only that is wastewater, that is drinking water. Okay, so we provide their separate pipe separate wastewater pipe and separate from drinking water. Wastewater pipe we provide below the drinking water about 1 feet, 1 meter. Wastewater pipe we provide below the drinking water supply water. Okay. So these three subjects, hydrology and water management, and water supply engineering and wastewater engineering. These three subjects we complete design of wastewater, collection of wastewater, and estimation of wastewater in these three subjects. So also we will explain in these subjects supplied of drinking water. So drinking water, we can be supply drinking water to a locality, complete locality, and first of all we supply of water in dam, then after we if required we provide treatment. So after we these water can be transport to a locality, complete we provide water tank and pipeline system, so we can complete design to a locality to supply the drinking water. Okay, these all we study, all things we study in water supply engineering. Okay, so at last subject, wastewater engineering. So wastewater engineering, here we write some questions related to wastewater engineering. So if we explain these questions one by one, so your basic should be clear if we explain these questions step by step. So first of all, question arise in my mind, what is wastewater? Basically wastewater is any water that is directly and indirectly affected by human use. After wastewater, if we supply drinking water, so the 80% water can be wastewater, we can be considered wastewater. Okay. So next question, what is wastewater engineering? So next question arise in my mind, what is wastewater engineering? Wastewater engineering, so if you think that, so the engineering principle, engineering techniques can be applied to wastewater, so then can be design, can be estimate, can be calculate of wastewater, so apply from wastewater, that is called wastewater engineering. For instance, if we design wastewater treatment, that is in the engineering techniques, civil engineering principle. If we collection of wastewater, that is civil engineering techniques and civil engineering principle. So these principles can be applied to wastewater, the collection of wastewater, and as well as the flow of wastewater, then properly wastewater treatment. These techniques can be applied to wastewater. These are engineering techniques, so that's why we called that is wastewater engineering. Okay. So collection of wastewater. So basic that is basic terminology, collection of wastewater, estimation of wastewater, wastewater treatment, that is basic terminology of wastewater. If you know that how to collect wastewater, how to estimate wastewater, so after you guys directly, easily can be design of wastewater treatment. So first of all, we explain wastewater collection. The wastewater collection is very important, because if you think that how to collect wastewater, how to dispose to environment, how to properly treat these water, so basically wastewater, the collection of wastewater, basically we collect, first of all we estimate of residential areas, commercial areas, and as well as industrial areas, and also we estimate of rainwater quantity. So first of all we collect the wastewater, estimation of wastewater, and collection of wastewater, after we provide properly treatment. Okay. So the collection of wastewater mean that, so I have already explained, So different areas. So first of all, we estimate 80% water, drinking water is wastewater. So we can consider 80% is wastewater. That is one technique. So another techniques, we can be directly applied, we collect the data census, population data. So after we can estimate the wastewater quantity. Okay. After we, if we already applied a society, a area, a locality, already estimated of wastewater, so these area, these estimation can be applied a new locality to estimate the wastewater quantity. So wastewater treatment, basically wastewater treatment, it is very important because wastewater, in wastewater a lot of chemical is available. So if we do not properly estimated, properly treated, so if these water can be disposed to environment, so that can be bad effect our environment. Okay. So wastewater treatment, basically there are three types: physical, chemical and biological. So first of all, we physical characteristic. These characteristics, if we study properly these characteristics, so on the basis of these characteristics we provide wastewater treatment after we dispose to environment. Okay. So basically wastewater, in wastewater a lot of chemical is available, such as grease, chemical, engine oils and different chemical is available. If we do not properly treated, directly disposed to environment, so that can be bad effect our environment, because this water can be disposed to river, oceans. So if we dispose to a river, so in river a lot of microorganism available, and their fish and another microorganism is available that can be killed to the microorganism. Okay. So if we properly provide a treatment plant, so we these material can be properly treated, can be reused. These material can be reused for other purpose if we separate from wastewater, such as wooden plank and another different chemical we can collect and use from agriculture purpose. And so wastewater can be after disposed to environment without causing and affect human life and aquatic life. Okay. So this is my short lecture of wastewater engineering. So next lecture we will discuss about physical, chemical characteristic. So we will discuss these topic one by one in detail. What is characteristic of wastewater? So there are three type characteristic: physical, chemical and biological. We discuss in detail in next lecture. So after we discuss collection of wastewater, estimation of wastewater, wastewater treatment. Wastewater treatment is a detailed discussion. So we in next lecture detailed discussion wastewater treatment. There are four treatment, different type of wastewater treatment according to their characteristic. Okay, on the basis of characteristic we provide wastewater treatment. So we discuss in next lecture. So if you have any question according to this lecture, so you can freely comment in question. I will ask you your questions. Okay, thank you.